Wow, Senna is back on top. Senna's changes have been on live servers for a few days now, and already we're seeing a huge improvement in win rate, which is an understatement because Senna now holds the second highest support win rate at all ranks. Her win rate has increased by a whopping 4%, and she is currently the most played support champion. I uploaded a Senna video a few days ago going through all the changes in detail. If you missed them, I'll leave a link to the video in the description. I'm very happy that Senna is finally excelling on the Rift again with her new Enchanter build and playstyle. I was pretty sure Senna would be a force to be reckoned with after seeing her insane AP ratios. Anyways, let's stop wasting time and jump right into the build that's got a good Senna player at the top of everyone's friends list. The most overpowered rune set for Enchanter Senna at the moment is Summon Airy, Mana Flow Band, Transcendence, Scorch, Font of Life, and Revitalize with 1 attack speed shard, 1 adaptive force shard, and 1 health shard. Summon Airy applies extra shielding to allies when hit with Senna's Q or R. Mana Flow Band provides some healthy mana regeneration in the laning phase to spam your Qs. Transcendence helps to reduce the cooldown of your Q, and Scorch allows you to have a little more presence in the laning phase with the extra poke damage it provides. Font of Life. Font of Life is the absolute GOAT for the Enchanter Senna build, and I'll explain why later after the item rundown. And finally, Revitalize boosts all of your healing and shielding values as a nice cherry on top. For the additional stats, taking an attack speed shard is important as Senna's attack speed growth was just nerfed, so this makes up for it, and also helps to stack Echoes of Helia faster, which is the core gameplay of this build, and I'll explain that later. An adaptive force shard is important for adaptive force, more AP to scale with. And the health shard is good for early game survivability, which is a common weakness that Senna finds with her squishiness and lack of mobility. Now let's move on to itemization. For your core build, you want to pick up Dreammaker, Boots of Lucidity, and Echoes of Helia. At this point, you have a good power spike and you can start pumping out some strong heals by utilizing your soul shards. This is where the Font of Life interaction becomes extremely important. When Senna hits her W or her Q on an enemy, the movement impairment procs Font of Life, which provides a heal for a nearby ally. This heal also procs Echoes of Helia, so Senna can gain a soul shard when she damages an enemy, and the Font of Life heal is enough to consume that soul shard. When consumed, it provides a further heal for your nearby ally and also damages a nearby enemy. So for your core gameplay rotation, you can auto attack an enemy and immediately cast your Q on them straight afterwards, which generates 2 soul shards. Upon casting your Q, the enemy is slowed, which procs the Font of Life heal, and as a result, the Echoes of Helia soul shards are immediately consumed, providing extra healing and damage. This interaction can include Senna's W. Her root works the same as the slow on Senna's Q for this interaction. Font of Life has a 20-second cooldown, so this interaction cannot be repeated non-stop, but it is incredibly handy as you do not have to always Q your allies. Without Font of Life, you would find yourself always having to save your Qs to consume the Echoes of Helia stacks, which is a huge setback for Enchanter Senna as her Q has a relatively long cooldown for an Enchanter healing ability. However, Senna's auto attacks reduce the cooldown of her Q by 1 second per auto on an enemy, so it is imperative that you constantly weave in auto attacks to both reduce the cooldown of her heal and generate soul shards. The auto attack cooldown reduction also works when auto attacking other entities such as jungle monsters, wards, towers, Baron Nashor, drakes, minions, and other interactable plants such as blast cones. Now back to the build. You can finish the build off with Moonstone Renewer and Dawncore. Moonstone is also a pretty huge power spike for Senna's heals. Moonstone amplifies the healing to lone allies and chains the healing to multiple allies from Senna's Q and from Echoes of Helia. Moonstone also gives a huge increase to Senna's ultimate shielding, which is especially effective as you will usually cast your ult on your allies during a team fight, meaning that the shielding will be more potent from the Moonstone chaining effect. Dawncore is an even bigger power spike. Once you purchase Dawncore, you will definitely feel yourself pumping out huge heals. One Senna Q will be healing for more than 500 HP. Dawncore gives huge amounts of healing and shielding and ability power. Senna's new AP ratios take huge advantage of this. For your final item, my recommendations are either Redemption for more healing stats and its helpful active to keep all your allies healthy, or Ardent Sensor, which increases Senna's attack speed and on-hit damage whenever she casts her Q for her and her ally. Or if you want to be real flashy and you have a ton of gold to spare, throw in a Rabadon's Death Cap to amplify your ability power and make use of Senna's newly improved AP ratios. For your ability level up order, you want to max your Q, then your W, and then your E. Overall, Senna is in a very strong place right now, so I am expecting Riot to tone down the AP ratios next patch. It has already been announced that she is receiving nerfs. I advise you get your Enchanter Senna games in now before she gets put back in the lantern. Let me know what you guys think to the new Senna changes and if you have any build ideas for her. If you have any questions or any requests for future videos, feel free to drop a comment or even subscribe if you manage to get through a whole video listening to my voice. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Or you can find me on Twitch at Sheik if you simply can't wait till the next video to see me. 27k healing, that's decent. Slay.